providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases.
Good morning.
Time to get ready for your day with the morning warm-up with Trey Lyle. Join us live on VTRN Sports 93.3 FM or the VTRN Sports app. Open VTRN Sports on your smart speaker or stream live on YouTube. Time to get ready for your day with the morning warm-up with Trey Lyle and Ty Tracy.
7:03 on this Monday, May 12th. Welcome to the morning warm-up. I'm Trey Lyle. That's Ty Tracy. And despite the fact she finished as the second runner-up in Miss Maine, which maybe was a reason why she was trying to be Bill Belichick's PR front, Jordan Hudson, you are allowed to be at our VTRN studios, unlike the UNC football facility, which you may or may not be banned from based off of the talk this weekend. If you know, you know. Well, just it keeps getting dumber and dumber. We're not going to talk about North Carolina and Bill Belichick, but I've been cooking on that joke all weekend, so I had that right there as well. Ty, good, happy Monday. Hope you're doing well.
Happy Monday.
It's Monday, so we're gonna drudge through this, but we got a lot of headlines to go through. So let's get to in case you missed it.
Keeping up with sports 24/7 takes some serious effort, especially when you're sleeping. Don't worry, the morning warm-up stays alert around the clock. Now here is everything you missed last night.
So, starting with the Liberty Flames, they went on to win the Conference USA Championship this past weekend. They defeated Jacksonville State in the final to go back-to-back. They have now won 2 regular season titles, 2 tournament titles, and 0 series defeats since they have joined Conference USA with head coach Dr. Todd Richardson. Pretty impressive run. Unfortunately for Liberty, they get a very tough draw as a team. We have talked about this with Bryson. We'll talk more on Wednesday with him, which I saw him yesterday. Got to see him yesterday at Iron and Ale. He was having a nice, I think his parents were in town, so he was having a nice Mother's Day brunch. I was just there for brunch. It was delicious.
That's nice.
Yeah, but got to see him yesterday. He looked good, and it was good to catch up for a second. But they will be the 2 seed. That sounds good. They'll take on Marist. Unfortunately for them, they're in the Texas A&M Regional. And Ty, do you want to guess what seed Texas A&M is in this softball tournament?
1.
Correct. They are the number 1 overall seed. So a tough draw for the Lady Flames as they are a 2 seed. They're going to head all the way out to College Station in Texas. And luckily, there's Buc-ee's there. So maybe they get to explore Buc-ee's. If you're a Liberty fan and you want to go out there, the owner of Buc-ee's is a Texas A&M grad. I'm pretty sure there's one.
I thought he was.
I think there's one on campus.
I was about to say, I ain't for sure he was a Texas Longhorns or Texas A&M fan.
I think he's a Texas
grad.
A&M grad.
I knew it was a Texas thing.
So you'll see a Buc-ee's. You'll definitely see a Buc-ee's, which, hey, might be worth it. But tough draw for Liberty. Not saying they can't do it. It's just that is tough. Hokies did fall. Clemson came back from, it was 8-2 at one point, I believe, and Clemson came back and defeat Hokies in the ACC semis. I will say this, weather did not help Virginia Tech. It was a very wet end of that game that kind of gave Clemson an advantage. And unfortunately for the Hokies, that knocks them probably off of the hosting bubble. They dropped to a 2 seed. They're going to head into the Alabama Regional where they'll take on Belmont. I think Liberty and Virginia Tech can both advance to a super regional. Obviously, Liberty a little bit harder because they're going to play a team that has gone toe-to-toe with Oklahoma. Ironically, they were supposed to play Oklahoma in the SEC championship game, but that got called off, and they just declared them co-champions instead of playing it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So, interesting. But also, shout out to Virginia. They are heading to the Columbia Regional, so they're somewhat close. They're heading to South Carolina, and they'll take on North Florida. I believe all these games are on Friday. So that is, and of course, you can catch the Women's College World Series, the final at least, right here on VTRN Sports when that finishes up. We'll also have the entire Men's College World Series as well. So plenty of softball action heading your way. Other news and notes, Colorado Rockies have fired Bud Black on Sunday, one day after losing by 21 runs. So this happened on Saturday. They lost by 21 runs to the San Diego Padres at Coors Field. They're off to a Major League worst 7-33 start, even after defeating the Padres 9-3 on Sunday to salvage one game in this home series and snap an 8-game skid. This is the most amazing thing. Somehow Bud Black had 9 years with this job. And I just think it's because the Rockies are cheap. Look at this record. 544 and 690. That means he's roughly 150 games worse. Like that's how many, like that's the difference. Roughly 150, almost a whole entire Major League Baseball season. It's not 150 exactly. It's 146. But
Close
still,
enough.
That's insane. 544 and 690 is his record.
What took him this long?
Crazier part, he's the winningest manager in franchise history. Not, I don't think by win percentage, but by wins.
Obviously, somebody's the problem.
I mean, again, we can go back to Friday. Maybe the White Sox suck and they got a Pope out of this. Maybe I hope the Rockies get something out of this. Like
somebody's the problem.
I mean,
it's like
at least White Sox fans could sit there and be like, "Hey, man, you know who's suffering with us? The Pope."
Hey,
I don't know who the Rockies can say.
I was gonna say, that Spider-Man meme, they point at each other. That's right now.
Russ was a. There is photos of Russ in a Rockies uniform. Maybe he can get traded for the Yankees because I think the Yankees technically still own his rights. I'm talking about Russell Wilson. So, by the way, maybe he heads back to Denver and plays for whatever. I mean,
I don't think
I will say this. I think the Rockies are lucky that Denver sports outside of them, the Avalanche, despite the fact have won a title recently. The Nuggets have won a title recently. And the Broncos are at least a positive looking team. Got the rookie quarterback, got Sean Payton. Speaking of quarterbacks, Derek Carr announced his retirement on Saturday. This was kind of shocking. In a statement released by the Saints in late March, while ramping up, he basically experienced pain in his right shoulder. It's basically a deteriorating shoulder injury that is going to ultimately call his career. He's going to retire. This helps the Saints by saving them like $30 million. He still gets his $10 million roster bonus. It basically clears the way for Tyler Shuck to be the starter. It's going to be a three-way competition between Shuck, Jay Kaner, and Spencer Rattler.
I don't think he's still there. Rattler's still there.
And I'm assuming you draft the guy in the second round, you're going to start him. So I'm assuming Tyler Shuck will be the starter for the Saints. But shout out to Derek Carr, $195,519,283 is his career earnings. So, congrats to him.
Paid. Get paid over there.
So congrats to him. All right, let's get to the other stuff, the stuff you wanted, the NBA playoffs. So the Boston Celtics, we'll start with Saturday. So Friday night, we'll talk more about these games for the Saturday, for the Sunday version of them, because they played again. Cavs 126-104. It just Cavs looked like the more desperate team on Friday night, like they needed the win. We'll get to what they looked like on Sunday. Yes. And then in a great game that ended up with the Nuggets winning in overtime, 113-104. Nuggets took a 2-1 series lead heading to Sunday. Jamal Murray hit 27. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, I think. The Jalen Williams that is the all-star, not Jalen Williams that is the backup center at 32. But let's get to it. All right. Celtics, man, they look like the more desperate team. They blew them out, and they maintained the lead, 115-93. Celtics get it done. My concerns with the Celtics still persist because the Knicks haven't looked great at all in this series. I just think the more desperate team was Boston, and it's, really Peyton Pritchard saved them. Shot 50% from the field, 5 of 10 from 3, had 23 points in 35 minutes. But again, your two best players, 8 of 20 from the field, and to Tatum's credit, he was 5 of 9 from 3, but he had 22 points. And then Jaylen Brown, 7 of 18 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Ty, I don't know about you, but I'm still my concerns with the
Bless you.
Thank you. My concerns with the Celtics are still there. They are the better team. Like I think they're the better team, but I think they jumped to a 3-1 favorite in this series, and I don't see it that way. I see it easily. I mean, do you trust them in a game 7 at home? They're not a good team at home. Like, I think if the Knicks, it comes down to tonight. If you told me the result tonight, I can tell you who wins the series, but I don't. My concern for the Celtics and why they did what happened in game 1 and game 2 are still there, and yet the Celtics are still the dominant team.
Yeah, it's just like you don't know what you go get. I mean, they still kind of off they're shooting terrible still, but 3-point, Al Horford was 3 for 4, Drew Holiday was 2 for 3. I mean, Derek White was 50%, 3 for 6. It just like you said, Tatum was 5 for 9, and Jaylen Brown was 2 for 6. But it just depends how your two main stars play tonight. That's the only thing, because they drive the car, and you better hope they lead to the victory. You want to get that win, because you definitely need this win tonight. And I just feel like if they get this win tonight, they might close it out these last two games.
They're still shooting 32% from 3 in this series.
Mm-hmm.
They've taken 143s in 3 games. I mean, they're gonna. That's what they're gonna do. Here's another concern I have for the Celtics. The Knicks are due to play a really good game, and the Knicks have not played a good game. They played 2 good fourth quarters, and they've won 2 games.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. I feel like tonight is going to be very. My concern is that tonight is going to look very similar to what, and I don't think they'll beat them by 40 like Indiana was doing, but it's going to be very similar to the
probably a 5 point to
no, it's going to be like a 15-point game. Like I think it's going to be similar to the Indiana Cleveland game, which we'll get to in a second, but where just from the jump the Knicks are playing well, because the Knicks. I mean. It was a weird timing game. It was a 3:30 game on a Saturday, where I think if this was 7:30, if you flip this game with the Minnesota Golden State game, like the Minnesota game was the 3:30 game and this was the 7:30 game, I think the Garden would have been an extra level of rocking. Like tonight, it's going to be an extra level of rocking.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think it's just, that is my concern. I don't trust it. Like I still don't trust the Celtics. It's weird because I think Tatum is beat up with his wrist. Jaylen Brown does not look great at all with his knee. And you're playing Al Horford at 37 years old, 38 years old at 35 minutes a game.
And Porzingis only played 20 under 20 minutes last night.
Maybe Porzingis can only get 20 minutes out of this. Like it's just,
I just feel like he has to play more.
But he can't.
But
because of his illness.
That's the only
thing.
Yeah.
So
he would pour Jordan or something. No,
so I don't know.
Yeah, I was
maybe
saying
some weird.
Jordan, but nah, that ain't work.
Well, I don't think it's a weird pizza he ate to cause him the sickness for months. So, but 115-93, Celtics get it done. That leads to a game tonight, which we can talk about a little bit more later. Other game last night: Timberwolves 102, Warriors 97. This was on Saturday. After a terrible first half for Anthony Edwards, he comes back with a dominant second half, 36 points. He was awesome in the second half. Julius Randle got a triple-double. They win 102-97. They pulled away late in this game, and obviously Draymond fouled out with 2 points.
2 rebounds.
I will say this.
Assists.
I don't know what happened to Jonathan Kuminga, man, why he was a DNP for so many times. Since he's been able to fill in for Jimmy, fill in for Steph. He had 30 in game 3. He's been awesome. It was clear that Steph's not coming back till game 5 at the earliest. I think it's gonna be game 6. Let's put it this way: if the Warriors win tonight, I think there's a shot he comes back in the series. If he does it, I think legitimately.
I say probably a game 6 maybe.
I think it's gonna be game 6 because if you hear the broadcast, they keep saying the same thing. Well, they hope for game 5, but it looks like it'll be game 6. Like that's kind of he'll be reevaluated for game 5, but it looks like game 6.
Because you got to think about his hamstring and his age.
Here's the thing, folks. The coach, Steve Kerr, tells the broadcaster more than what we'll know, but they can't really say it. They can't really go out and be like, all right, they do not think Steph will be back till game 6. They can't say that because it's off the record stuff, but it helps them with their broadcast. But every indication we've gotten is Steph's not coming back to game 6. But we don't even know he's come back in this series. It's a hamstring strain. That is a weird injury.
And age as well. His age as well, along with it.
37. We don't know. Steph could come back, and this is also the team that tried to rush a guy back from a calf strain too early, and he tore his Achilles in the first game back.
Mm-hmm.
And the Warriors, and that's obviously with Kevin Durant, and I'm not here to say Kevin Durant would Steph, if that happened to Steph, he would I'm just saying this is the franchise that has been through this in a playoffs. Granted, that Warriors team probably would have won the title if KD stayed healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I think if Steph comes back, I don't see the Warriors winning the title. I think the team that's coming out of the West is playing currently between Oklahoma City and Denver. Maybe Minnesota if they get to play Denver because Minnesota matches well with Denver.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that's how I feel. But I just think Minnesota's too much for them late. 102-97, and is finally starting to figure it out, get his shot back that second half. I think he's going to have a big game tonight. And that leads to T-Wolves up 2-1. I just think no Steph, this feels like Minnesota series to lose. And it would be more disappointing if Minnesota loses this series if Steph doesn't play the majority of the games. But the Warriors will be desperate tonight because they know they just need they've kind of said it. They just need to get one of these two to get it to 2-2 and be like, all right, we got step back. Now let's get going.
But the only thing is just they're it's the youth of the Warriors. Yeah. That just be I mean, like you said, Golden State is that old age right now, and they don't have enough youth to run with with Timberwolves.
Yep. All right. Before we get to Sunday's basketball games, do you want to run through a couple more headlines? San Francisco transfer guard Malik Thomas has committed to Virginia. Sources told On3 Sports. 6'5" senior averaged 19 points last season with San Francisco. Was originally at USC. Nice senior guard for Ryan Odom. Obviously, bucket getter if you average nearly 20 points per game. San Francisco, obviously a solid West WCC team. Obviously, when Todd Golden was there, they were pretty decent. And then Todd Golden obviously went to Florida and won a national title. So I think this is a nice get for UVA. Quickly with the hockey, Hurricanes look dominant on Saturday. They beat the Caps 4-0. They take a 2-1 series lead in that one. Golden Knights go 4-3. The game you could have heard on VTRN Sports. Literally a buzzer beater. Literally with 0.4 seconds left, Riley Smith scored his second goal to give them a 4-3 lead and win the game. And Edmonton does have the series lead at 2-1, but Vegas gets one back there. And then Sunday, quickly with the hockey game, you could have heard right here on VTRN Sports. Panthers win 2-0 as they get a nice win over the Maple Leafs to tie the series at 2 games apiece. Dallas finally gets one back on Winnipeg. They win 5-2 as Dallas now leads the series 2-1 in that one. Barkov, by the way, for the Panthers, Barkov got a big hit in that one. He was down for a little bit, but appears to be okay for Florida. That could be a big, big loss for them. All right, quickly back now to Sunday. We'll get to the big game, but quickly. 2015 Hawks, 2023 Cavaliers, or 25, whatever year it is, 2025 Cavaliers. 129-109. That game was not even that close. Tie. The halftime score was 80-39.
I thought I was tripping the whole time. I had to turn the TV to a different channel. Okay, maybe I must be tripping or something.
80-39.
I thought I was like, what's wrong with my TV?
The halftime score was 80-39. Pacers 129, Cavs 109. Pacers are now up 3-1. Biggest concern from this is Donovan Mitchell did not play in the second half. I don't know if that was injury, that was exhaustion, because he was awesome in game 2 and game 3, carrying the Cavs. He got them. They should have won game 2 because he carried them in game 2. He was awesome in game 3 that got them the win. But, this Indiana team, man, they're unique. They run deep. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton had 11, 5, and 5, but was awesome. Siakam with 21, Miles Turner with 20, Obi Toppin with 20. I mean, Benedict Mathurin got ejected in the game because he punched what's his name? DeAndre Hunter in the balls. He did. I mean, that's what he did.
I know.
And it caused DeAndre Hunter to push him. And DeAndre Hunter said, "I'll see you off the court." And I was like, okay, DeAndre Hunter wanted to fight him. But I mean, Indiana's heading to the Eastern Conference Finals time. I feel pretty confident saying that.
Yeah.
After that game,
it's no
like a quick
question,
game.
man.
I mean, if you come back from 3-1 after that game, I don't want to call them the 25th that Hawks team that got swept by. Let me check notes. Oh, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, it's not that Hawks team. I was making that joke, and I know a lot of people were making. I will say this: Cleveland had bad luck in this series in terms of Game 2. 3 of their best players were out, but Hunter has not looked great. Allen has not looked great. Ty Jerome has not looked great.
Yeah.
Darius Garland has not looked great. Outside of Donovan Mitchell, like, Cavs have not been able to rely on maybe Sam Merrill a little bit. Like, I don't know where Cleveland goes from here. I think they run it back, but man,
just
BTA last night, man.
I was like, it just the Pacers just know how to. It's just their tempo. You just can't stop it the way they've been doing the last two series. Their tempo just been amazing. You got just people just run and the scores. So that's why I was like, it's just the tempo.
Yeah, you know what the Cavs are gonna say soon.
I'm not gonna be here.
I just, man,
Cancun.
1, 2, 3, Cancun. Or instead of Cancun, maybe they could head to
Duval.
It's a nice time this year, Okay. All right, Thunder. My favorite series has been. Well, no, my favorite series has been because it's just been bad. You know what? Crazy. It's been Knicks Celtics, but Thunder Nuggets in terms of just like high level basketball, it's been fun. This was an ugly game yesterday. Thunder win 92-87. They pull away in the fourth quarter. SGA has 25 in this one. Alex Caruso was great defensively for them. As for the Nuggets, Jokic had 27, but he shot 7 of 22. So, like, not great.
I mean, it was an ugly game and plus it was a low scoring game.
It was a defensive game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
That's what I like about it. Man. It was definitely a defensive game.
Look at these shooting percentages: 35.6, 31.3, 24.4, 24.4 from 3. It was a very defensive game.
I mean, Westbrook went for 12 and 2 for 12.
Yeah, because Russell Westbrook. Let's mention that. I mean,
2 for 9 out of 3.
Yeah, and it was some ugly. It looked like me out there. It was some ugly misses. I mean, I'm not wrong. He airballed a 3. Did you see him airball? He not just any 3, a corner 3. He shot it like Russ has been a good story, and I loved Russ when he got the T against the Clippers in that game. It was a game 7. Was it game 7 when he got the T because he dunked it? Yeah, it was game 7, and he dunked it. He held on the rim, and he said, "Get the blank out of here." Like, that's Russ. All right, but timing of this game was insane. I don't know what the NBA was doing, but this game Friday night was the late game, so it was 10:30 in Denver.
Yeah,
Friday night goes to overtime, and it is 1:30 local time in Denver on Sunday. That is like a 36-hour. Like Chet, who is one of the younger players in the game, is like, "Yo, this is a back-to-back." So that's why they couldn't shoot. 92-87. It's important for the Thunder to get the win because if they went up, like, they can't go down 3-1.
Nah.
And I just think in this series, I still believe in the Thunder. I think this is going 7. I think the Thunder are going to win game 5. Nuggets win game 6. Thunder win game 7.
I agree with you. It's definitely going to game 7. Depends how they play. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But I'll say most likely game 7.
Here's the thing, and we saw it in this game. Like offensively, the Thunder did not look great, but in that fourth quarter, the one thing I can rely on the most is the Thunder defense.
Mhm.
Like the best unit, we were talking about this with football. Like we kept saying all year towards the end, like the best unit of football is probably the Eagles defense. Like, and obviously that proved to be true with the Super Bowl. But my point being, I think the best individual unit in the NBA right now is the Thunder defense.
Mhm.
They're so versatile. I mean, they had one of their best defenders on the bench the entire fourth quarter in Lou Dort, who I think I picked for Defensive Player of the Year, by the way.
Mhm.
And they only allowed 18 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Because they have, who they played in their place? Oh, an all defensive player, Alex Caruso. Like, they have two of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA, in Lou Dort and Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams, a big body, great defender. SGA for a guard is a good defender. I mean, he's not going to guard your best guy because they have Dort and Caruso.
Yeah.
But still. And then you have Hardenstein, one of the best defensive bigs, and Chet's a racer on the back end. It's just their defense is so good. I mean, they could have won 70 games. They were that good. They're 68-14.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think offensively, and plus the Nuggets are basically playing. I know they played 8 guys in this game, but they're essentially playing 5.5 because I'm counting Russell Westbrook as a half guy because it's right. Like you can't say he's a full yes, he's a full person. But my point being,
I think about 6 man.
In terms of reliability,
yeah,
like, you're Dave Adelman, who's the interim head coach, which I think he's going to get the full-time job after making the second round.
Yeah,
but you're relying on 5.5 guys versus the Thunder that they played 10 and they can rely on 9 of them. Like maybe not Isaiah Joe. But like the other Jalen Williams is really good on the defensive end and at least is a big body that you can throw on Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Wiggins, really good. Casey Wallace, really good. Both of them shot well in that game. Alex Caruso defensively was great. They have Lou Dort, obviously, and Dort maybe not give you offensively, but defensively, he's one of the best. He's so good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe you want more from Jalen Williams in this game. He only had 10 points, but he also had so many. Like, it was a weird game. They need, I think they're gonna have an off day, and they have at least one day off. They don't play again till they play Tuesday. So they desperately needed the off day today.
Yeah, and
we'll see. All right, but any more thoughts on this game?
I mean, you said everything. I just feel like it's like you said. I just feel like it's going to be a game 7. By the end of the day, I think it's going to be a game 7.
Yeah, I think Boston, New York will also go 7. I see. I agree with you. I see the Knicks at least winning one more. Now, if they win tonight, I think they win the series in 6. But let's say, I think the game will be game 6. Like I think if I play this out. I think the Celtics are going to win the next 2, go up 3-2. Knicks win game 6 because they finally play a good game, and then the Celtics win game 7.
Yeah,
that's how I think. I think Minnesota, Golden State. I honestly think Minnesota's going to win this in 5. Like I really think they're going to win tonight, and they're going to win without Steph. They're going to win in game 5 because they realize like I think they win tonight. Because Minnesota's going to throw their best punch or Golden State's going to throw their best non-Steph punch they can at them, which they sort of did in Game 3 with how Jimmy played. And we can talk more about this later, but I think if Minnesota wins tonight, they're going to go to Game 5 being two things. If we win this game, we get a break till the conference finals, and 2. If we win this game, we kill their chances of getting Steph back because that's all they want. All they want is to have Steph back. And I feel like they can win the series. So, all right, when we come back here, Ty gets in the hot seat today in sports history. Plus, a little talk about NASCAR. Headline about NASCAR here is Kyle Larson dominated. He kicks off the month of May with a big win at Kansas. He leads 212 laps in a dominant win at Kansas. We'll talk more about that race in the second segment next here on the morning warm-up.
Car insurance rates are rising rapidly. That's no secret. It's because the cost of medical care for those who are injured and the repair and replacement cost of damaged vehicles is skyrocketing. But what can you do about it? Hi, this is Judd Gardner with Gardner Insurance Solutions in Lynchburg. We've been helping Central Virginia drivers purchase the coverage they need at affordable prices since 1993. Talk with us before you pay again. We represent numerous companies and have many cost-saving strategies. Gardner Insurance Solutions, 434-316-5433.
Hi, I'm Chuck from Aquatrack Adventures in Salem. The Virginia Talk Radio Network and InsaneRadioDeals.com have helped our company grow by sharing our company's message throughout Central and Southside Virginia. The gift cards and experiences sold on InsaneRadioDeals.com have brought us many new customers. If you're a business that wants to grow with a message that resonates and gets results, I highly recommend InsaneRadioDeals.com and the Virginia Talk Radio Network. Simply put, it works.
We're joined by Randy Trost from Trost Law, and they've been serving our community since 1982. Randy, good to be speaking with you. What are some of the pillars that have enabled Trost Law to be a community service partner for over 4 decades?
Well, one of our main pillars is customer service, client service. We believe in providing the utmost personal service to each of our clients. We take time to listen to the client, listen to their situation, and apply our expertise to that situation to come out with the best outcome for that particular client.
You mentioned all of that. When people call Trost Law, how different is it in terms of being guaranteed to speak with the person?
We pride ourselves, when you call our office, you are going to have a person pick up the telephone. There will not be a robotic teleprompter come in asking to press a number to find out who you should be directed to. You'll get a live person. They'll greet you in a pleasant fashion and direct you to the person most appropriate for your issue.
And if people leave a message, true or false, you get back to them within 24 hours.
Absolutely. If you don't hear from our office within 24 hours, there's a problem. Call the police to help us.
Randy Trost with Trost Law. Fun way to end that, but it's informative for people. Randy, thank you so much. And we see now why Trost Law has been serving our community since 1982.
Thank you for having me.
Randy Trost of Trost Law. For more info, trostlaw.com and 777-HURT.
When food is made with love, it's made from the heart. Our food at JD's Cafe is made with love. Hi, I'm JD. Come experience Lynchburg's best Southern comfort food. With warm weather here, nothing beats fresh homemade chicken salad. Ours is in high demand and perfect for scoops, sandwiches, or large orders with advance notice. Craving something with a kick? Our Nolans catfish or shrimp po' boy is served with homemade remoulade sauce and a drizzle of hot sauce. Experience the love. JD's Cafe, Boonesboro Shopping Center in Lynchburg.
Head to lynchburg-hillcats.com to lock in your tickets for the Lynchburg Hillcats this season. Now here's VTR in Sports.
Good morning. We are just getting your day started here on VTRN Sports with the morning warm-up. Stay connected with the show at Trey Lyle VT and Ty Tracy 90 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen wherever you are with the VTRN Sports app or watch the show live on YouTube at youtube.com/VTRN Sports Lynchburg. Now, back to the morning warm-up.
7:38 on Monday, May 12th. Happy Cooper Flag Day for those who celebrate, because tonight is the NBA Draft Lottery. So just remember that.
Who's going to capture that flag?
Who finally wins the game of capture the flag? We'll find out later tonight. I hit the wrong button. That's a false start on Trey Lyle on this Monday morning. But hey, Ty, heading in the hot seat. You know, comfortable 52-13 record.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Philip graduated on Friday night. Congratulations to him. Graduated all Liberty graduates. By the way, cool. They did a drone show / fireworks. I got to see the videos of it. That was pretty neat to see. So shout out to that. That's why we got lucky to see Michael Massey in studio on Friday. So shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to see him in person. And, you know, I don't know if his internship is over necessarily, because obviously the school part of his internship is over, like what he needed for school. But if he wants to stay for the summer, we have opened it. He hasn't texted me saying he is or not. I think he's so if you're listening, Philip, let us know, because I do want him to finish above 500 before he, maybe he just needs to come in for a Today in Sports History and just knock that out.
Just let me teach some sports.
Yeah, maybe do a quick lesson with Ty.
Yeah.
But let's get to it with Today in Sports History.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
Many doubted we'd ever see it. But here it is. The return to glory.
It's time for Today in Sports History.
Seconds left in the game. You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable. Gonna go length of the court with Arcidiacono. 3 seconds at midcourt. Jenkins gives it to Jenkins for the championship.
Let's hear what Ty really knows about what happened on this day in sports history.
Are you ready, Ty?
Yeah.
On yesterday, so we'll start with Sunday, because
Okay.
Mondays I cheat and do Sunday. I don't say it's cheating. We don't have shows, but some of this
Just
stuff,
make it fair.
I feel it's just more so I can have, some days are bare compared to others. So if I can add an extra day.
Yeah.
On Sunday was the anniversary in 1977 of this media mogul and owner of the Atlanta Braves managing the team after he fired the manager. This was only one game because basically came in and said you can't be the owner and the manager of the team.
You say 1977.
This is a media mogul that probably is known for, well, obviously he's known for his stations, but for you and I, as a fan of a certain thing, also could be known for that.
Ted Turner?
That is correct.
Okay.
That was the hint I was trying. If I said wrestling, I think I would have given it to you. But but it was Ted Turner who managed a game for the Atlanta Braves because he fired the manager, made himself the manager, and then the NL came in. Baseball always have these weird things. So there you go. That would be like, what's his name? Jerry Jones probably be like, "Oh, you can do that? You'd be interested." I think that would be something Jerry Jones be interested in. Oh my god! I'm just saying.
Back to reality. Back to reality.
But that's the only one for Sunday. All right, we're going to Monday now. So on Monday, in 1995, this goalie tied the NHL record for getting his third playoff shutout in four games. So he had his third playoff shutout.
That one. I don't say I don't know it, but I don't know. I heard this name before. I don't think it's true.
Take a guess.
Martin something.
Oh, you're close.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Martin Washington? Something?
No, it's Martin Brodeur.
Oh, okay.
He's the greatest goalie of all time.
I just couldn't remember. I just couldn't remember the name. That's why I was like, it's Martin something. It's just like I just can't remember the last name, so I just took a guess on the last name.
Well, I'll give you a half point.
Okay.
I give you half credit there, but nope, you didn't get it. All right.
Okay.
We're going to 2014. This LeBron James tied his playoff career high with this many points as Chris Bosh makes the tie-breaking three-pointer with 57 left, and the Miami Heat beat the Brooklyn Nets 102-96 for a 3-1 series. This was before he had the 61-point game in the Eastern Conference Finals or semifinals against the Nets.
How many points you had?
Yeah, how many points do you have?
Oh, it was 49.
Correct. That is correct. So, congratulations, Ty. 2 in 1 day, not bad.
Yeah, it was a Martin one. I was just remember. I was like, I think it's Martin something. I just can't remember the last name.
54 and 14.
Okay,
not bad. Not he lived to fight another day. Happy birthday to Yogi Berra. Oh, I have one more for you because now I realized it was his birthday today. It is this man's birthday today. He is the name of an iconic video game. And basically like the only person you know when it comes to this one sport that's been in the Olympics recently. that if I say the sport, you'll get the name. So, but it's not like a, big sport. Like it's a niche sport. But he has his name to an iconic video game. Multiple iconic video games.
Tony Hawk.
That's correct.
You said like Olympic. I said Olympic. Then like
So like if I said skateboarding,
actually,
right
if you would say X Games, I probably got that.
That would See, I didn't want to say X Games.
Yeah, I was
skateboarding got added to like not this Olympics, the Olympics, but Summer Olympics before that is when they first got added. The COVID Olympics. But yeah, happy birthday to Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I was like, you would have said X Games. The first person I thought was easy Tony Hawk.
It's also the Bill Russell of baseball, Yogi Berra's birthday today, and Jim Furyk. So, all right, there you go, an extra dub for Ty. But yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, great video game.
What's funny? I got the game installed for I think Tony Hawk Skateboard 3 and 4.
Oh, you bought it? You pre-ordered it?
Yeah,
it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah,
I may or may not over the last 2 weeks have just decided to beat Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 because they have the remastered version for the PS5, and I have done that. All right, yesterday Kyle Larson gets the dub at Kansas. It was a dominant win for him, but I will say this: his contenders bowed out. Chase Elliott had. Yes, go ahead, Chase.
I will say we just got a.
Oh, we have breaking news.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, we do. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Good call. Good idea. All right. You credit the NFL. They want ratings. They want some ratings. We'll just put it that way. We'll tease that. But yesterday, Kyle Larson dominates, loses 212 laps, goes over the 10,000 career laps leaders board, becomes the all-time laps leader at Kansas. I will say this: his contenders kind of bowed out of this, like whether it was Denny Hamlin, who had engine problems, Brad Keselowski had a tire issue, William Byron had a tire issue. Kez, I mean, feel bad for him. Worse, looked like he was going to win at one point, and then he has the tire issue, and he's still 33rd in points. Will need a must-win to make the playoffs. Chase Elliott looked like another guy, maybe his best adversary, but he had a pit road problem late in that race. Had a bad pit stop and could just never recover. But yeah, Kyle Larson dominant. I think it was a good race at Kansas, despite the fact that Larson dominated. You were able to pass. There were the multiple lanes. There was some chaos in that third stage. But it is concerning that could Kyle Larson be Kyle Larson and start to dominate a little bit? We'll find out more as it comes on. He goes on to win that race. He kicks off his month of May like he did last year, winning at Kansas. Here's to hoping he ends it better with not a rain delay that causes him to miss the Coke 600, or he'll miss the Indy 500 this year, it appears. But he kicks off this week. He'll get ready. He'll practice all week and qualify at Indy, and then also have the All-Star race this Saturday. All right, the breaking news. It's sort of breaking news. Basically, it was announced on the Today Show. Like, they're starting to announce all the games. We'll have the schedule release later this week, right here on VTRN Sports. But the opening game of the season was announced, and Eagles Cowboys will kick off the 2025 season on NBC. But do you know where you can listen for it for free? Right here on VTRN Sports. More importantly. But yeah, Eagles Cowboys. I'm not shocked they picked that. They wanted. Honestly, I think this is going to be. Yeah, they went for the biggest rating possible. I thought they might have done Eagles Rams because I think those are two teams that can play each other. Eagles Rams made sense. I think Eagles Ravens also could have been. I would have to look at the Eagles home opponents, but Eagles Cowboys make sense. I honestly don't like starting on I don't like teams starting on a division game, but whatever.
I thought they could use Chiefs and Bills or.
Well, it always had to be the Eagles.
Yeah,
they always kick off with unless you're the Ravens on the year they played on the road because the Orioles were like, no, we don't want to change our home game, despite the fact the Ravens won the World Series. Like, whatever. Backstory: the Eagles' regular season home opener since 2004 to 20 defending Super Bowl champions have played in the first game that opened the season. Teams have gone 15-5, including the Chiefs' 27-20 win over the Ravens last season. So Thursday, September 4th, Eagles Cowboys. Fox will announce their first game today. Prime will announce their first game today. ESPN will announce the first Monday Night Football game tomorrow. CBS will announce their first game on Wednesday, and Netflix will also announce, I guess, the Christmas games on Wednesday.
I was like, I think Christmas on a Thursday
and then
this year.
The international games will be announced on Tuesday as well. And then the schedule release will be on Wednesday. Full schedule release will be on Wednesday. So
I think Christmas will be on Thursday this year too. Anyway.
Yeah, so it'll be two. My understanding is it will be two, and then the third will be a prime game.
Okay.
So sorry, NFL. All right, when we come back, we'll have some fun with the draft lottery. We'll look ahead because, sort of local kid is the headliner and Duke's Cooper Flag. So, he's from Maine, but he went to Duke. So I know there's Duke fans listening. And I'm assuming there's Warriors and Hornets fans listening. So, those are two local teams that have a lot of stake tonight in the draft lottery. So we'll talk about that next. But yeah, opening the season. Football is almost back, sort of. We got a whole summer, but, time just still moves on. Next year on the Morning Roll Up.
Mark Dalton here with the Terry Auto Group. If you don't love your car, then you're simply just driving the wrong one. At Terry Volkswagen, Terry Subaru, Terry Auto Outlet, and the Terry Clearance Center, we've got the perfect new or used car for you. We make your car buying experience easy. Need help with imperfect credit? No problem. Our team works hard to get you approved and back on the road. Because when you shop at Terry, you drive away happy. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or online at terryautogroup.com. Terry Auto Group. You'll love our cars.
Join us for a great week of baseball as the beach comes to Lynchburg with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans taking on the Hillcats May 13th through the 18th. We'll celebrate on Friday with Margaritaville night and a beach shirt giveaway. On Saturday, join the Hillcats as we raise money for Autism Awareness Night with a jersey auction and a fireworks show. Sensory rooms will be available. Then on Sunday, we'll rev things up with Race Car Day at the ballpark. Tickets are available at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
We're here with Colt from We Fix Stupid Computers. Colt, to go along with your residential or individual walk-in services that you offer, you also do a lot of business IT support. How about you discuss that and what specifically do you do to help businesses in the area?
We see a lot of that. Small to medium-sized businesses, they still have their IT projects. They still need resources to help them within their office and for remote users. And so we'll step in and fill in the gap where we do a lot of projects for them, help them manage their resources, their budgets, and get their technology under control.
Colt, how can these people reach out to you to assess their IT needs?
Call us. Our number is 434-525-8590. Our website, wefixstupidcomputers.com. We're on Facebook. And our office is here locally, 14690 Forest Road, right next to Scott's Cabinet on 221.
Your home is more than just walls and windows. It's where life happens. And at Right Choice Construction, we get that. We're not just builders. We're fathers, mothers, neighbors, just like you. And every nail and every beam reflects our commitment to creating a place you're proud to live in. With Right Choice Construction, you're choosing a team that's been perfecting the art of building for years. So build with us, build with experience, build with quality, build with Right Choice.
Good morning. We are just getting your day started here on VTRN Sports with the morning warm-up. Stay connected at Trey Lyle VT and Ty Tracy 90 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen wherever you are with the VTRN Sports app or watch the show live on YouTube at youtube.com/VTRN Sports Lynchburg. Now, back to the morning warm-up.
7:52 on this Monday, May 12th. We're quickly wrapping up the morning warm-up. Man, time goes by quick sometimes when we're having fun on this show. Fun show today. Fun show Monday.
Yes.
I think, Ty and I, we're getting loose with it on this Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. First, Eagles, Cowboys. So if you missed it, you're just tuning in now. Catch it up. We broke the news. We personally broke the news. No, we just read Ian Rappaport's tweet. Eagles, Cowboys going to open up the season on that Thursday night, which you can listen to right here on VTRN Sports for free. Keyword for free. Don't have to pay a cable bill. Don't have to pay those streaming bills. It's free. All you need is the BTRN Sports app, which is free on your little smartphone. Nice and easy. Or ask Alexa stream BTRN Sports. Nice and easy. But first, it hasn't happened since 2000. Eagles Cowboys. We're talking about during the break. I thought Eagles Rams would have been a fun matchup.
I was like Commanders Cowboys could be a good one too.
Commanders Cowboys also would have been a good one. But that would have been the Sunday night. That would have been the Sunday night game.
Or Commanders Lions.
Commanders Lions. That could be the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
I don't know if they play each other.
In the
I
playoffs,
have to look at who they no. I don't know if they play each other this season because the Eagles, because they're the first place teams. The Eagles would play all the first place teams. That's why they would play the Rams. They play the Lions, and they play the Bucks. The Commanders will play all the second place teams, so they for sure will play the Vikings. I have no idea who finished second in the NFC set. The Falcons, I think, finished the second.
No, I don't think the Falcons made it to.
And they finished second in their division.
Oh,
so the next season, so the Cowboys are going to play all the fourth place teams in their respective divisions in the conference. So the way it's weird. I will note this. NBC is the most happiest. You know why? They don't get a Cowboy blowing out the Giants on the first Sunday Night Football this season. Because I feel like that's been the Sunday night game like every year for the last 10 years. It's not been, but it feels that way. So, because obviously the Cowboys played the Browns last year to kick off the season, but still, I think that's the NFL knows what it's doing. It took its Super Bowl champion versus its biggest ratings team, which is the Dallas Cowboys, and one of the biggest ratings games is always Eagles Cowboys. It's always the Sunday night game, and they put it, So I'm not shocked by that.
Yeah.
Now, we'll see how Dallas looks. We'll see how Philadelphia looks. So, but we won't worry about that. All right, tonight, the NBA draft lottery. We have joked about it basically for the last 2 months of the NBA season. Teams are trying to
capture the flag.
So to break it down, the top 3 teams, Utah, Washington, and Charlotte, 2 local teams, have the same odds at 14%. New Orleans is 4th at 12%. Philadelphia is 5th at 10%. Funny part about Philadelphia, if 2 teams jump them, and they would have the 7th overall pick. It's funny. You know who that pick would go to?
Who?
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, wow.
So hence why. So that would be funny. Another team that control the Rockets have the 9th best odds to get the number 1 pick because they own the Houston Rockets pick or the Phoenix Sun pick. Atlanta owns Sacramento's pick, and San Antonio owns Atlanta's pick. They're both at 0.7 and 0.8 odds. I don't think they're getting number 1. Ty, as we quickly look through this, so you have Utah, Washington, Charlotte, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Toronto, San Antonio, Houston, Portland, Dallas, Chicago, Atlanta, and San Antonio. Out of those teams, most fun team to win the lottery is, because I know I have one in mind.
Washington.
That's not a bad pick. Their young core look good this year.
But I would not be surprised if Greg Popovich pull a crazy stunt.
I think the most fun team to win the lottery is San Antonio. Granted, it also would be insane because I think two
rookies of the year.
They've had the back-to-back rookies of the year.
Yeah,
and they probably would have a 3 straight if Cooper Flag wins. Gets the wrong.
Like, don't be surprised because Greg Popovich is the president now, and don't be surprised he could pull.
He was always the president.
Yeah,
he's just now not the coach.
Under like full time now. Now he could like think of some ideas.
Some voodoo magic.
Yes, like that's how he's known for.
Oh, we have to refer to him as his title. He gave himself El Jefe. Greg Popovich. El Jefe. That's what he called himself. Which, hey, shout out to Pop, man.
Some things never change.
It broke my heart a little bit. Obviously, he's coming off a stroke.
Yeah.
You see him in his condition, but like when he broke out the El Jefe shirt, and I know this is a couple days old. I tweeted this at Trey Lyle VT. I said, Pop still's got his fastball, and that made me feel good because you could tell like he was recovering. He didn't want to show the fact that he was on a cane. It was, he had Tim Duncan help him walk him out, and all his former players showed up. Like, my appreciation for Greg Popovich, even as a Miami Heat fan who had to go against him so many times in the finals, like, is he's a really, he's probably the greatest coach in the history of basketball.
Yes,
like he's Hall of Fame basketball.
Between him, Phil and Pat Riley.
Yes. But again, so I think Philadelphia would be the most hilarious team just because after their season they had and they get bailed out by getting the number 1 pick.
Yes.
Same thing for New Orleans. Like New Orleans gets bailed out. But I do think San Antonio would be
the team that you had to watch.
Yeah. Houston would be funny too because it's Phoenix's pick. And it just makes the Kevin Durant trade because essentially this is the pick from the Kevin Durant trade that Houston got. Because Houston traded their picks that Brooklyn owned to get this Phoenix pick. So that would be funny. Ed wants us to remind Ed in his wise age says Red Auerbach, which is not a bad pick.
Yeah.
You know, he won all those titles with Boston. So, but I think San Antonio winning the lottery tonight would
not be surprising.
Would not be surprising because they have the 8th best odds. But you give Wemby, who's maybe the best defensive player in the league, a defensive wing like Cooper Flagg, who I think will be better defensively than it will be offensively. Similar like when he gets in the league. I mean, good luck the rest of the league. All right, quickly, we're going to send the lottery. This is the last thing we do. The winner of the lottery tonight, according to Tankathon, will be, do you want to guess before I do it?
Washington.
It'll be the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, Lord.
That's according to Tankathon. If I do it one more time, Charlotte Hornets win. All right. Quickly, who do you think wins it? I'm gonna say San Antonio for fun.
I want to say San Antonio, but I'll say Washington.
All right. We'll find out tomorrow who wins it. Now we'll do it. So could Cooper Flagg capture the flag and head close to Lynchburg? We'll find out tomorrow. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Morning Warm Up. That will do it for today. We got a fun show tomorrow. We'll react to the NBA draft lottery. Obviously, we'll have more reactions to the NBA playoffs. Do the Knicks get it done tonight in MSG? We'll find out. Can the Warriors tie the series up? Plus, tomorrow we'll have Blake Lewis on talking Commanders, talking the NFL schedule release, and much more here on the Morning Warm Up tomorrow. Have a great Monday, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the Morning Warm Up on VTRN Sports 93.3 FM W227 BG Timber.